Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm reviewing Bonobo's new record, Migration. So this was a bit of a surprise to me. This record is actually amazing. I just want to put it out there like immediately. And just like with the previous review that I did yesterday with the XXs, they're just called the XX, aren't they? Just like with them, I had never heard about Bonobo's music before. Bonobo? Jesus Christ, this review is off to a really bad start, ain't it? Point being that I had never heard about Bonobo's music before, so this was really exciting to me. I always love to check out new artists, new bands, and I feel like I've kind of gotten into the groove now of checking out new music every single day. So yeah, I'm just totally happy and excited about this. So Bonobo's music revolves around the genres of chillwave, down-tempo, and electronic music. This record sounds very mellow, it's very nice, it has some really epic soundscapes, which, you know, there's always this dance from something very mellow, simplistic, and chill to something more majestic, lofty, and just very, I don't know, he creates some sounds that are very kind of out there as well. This record is kind of long. It takes in on almost an hour with 12 tracks. And I was thinking, why not just go through each and every one of the tracks so that you kind of get the fuller picture of what I think about the album. First track is called Migration, just like the album. It has a very epic soundscape, some jazzy beats going on, some very driving drums. There's a very nice mix here between acoustic instruments like piano and guitar, and electronic components. The song kind of erupts into this build-up, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of something Radiohead could have made. Actually, several of the songs on this album reminds me a little bit of some Radiohead-ish music. There are some very prominent and hard-hitting beats and synths going on in the song, which I find they're just amazing. And while this is going on, there's also there's like a dreamy constellation of a melody going on as well. So there's several layers to the melody, just very interesting to listen to. The second song is called Break Apart Fi, and I'm really digging into the song, guys. The guy or the woman, I don't know who is singing in the song, but his voice is really reminding me of the guy who sings in Unknown Mortal Orchestra. Nice simulation there. This song is very straight, it has a very simple cadence to it, and the music also has this kind of lingering psychedelic color to it. Song number 3 is called Outlier. What I really love about this song is the sampling and all of these small tiny noises that you can hear here and there throughout the song. Just adds a lot of depth and makes the song a whole lot more interesting. Another really fascinating thing is that he kind of creates these different melodies and then he kind of phases them together. They merge together to create this big symphony. At 4:43 into the song, this very tight and catchy synth kind of takes over the whole song, and it's something that you really just want to bang your head to, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of some soft club music or something. Song number 4, Grains, it has some twisty, ghostly vocals during the start, which is kind of weird, but I don't know, kind of cool at the same time. There's no apparent drum layer here until 2:35 into the song. Honestly, I think Grains was one of the weaker songs on this album. I don't know, it just really didn't cater to my senses, to my ears, yeah. You get the point. I didn't like it. Song number 5 is called Second Sun, and this is a very interesting one. Well, a lot of the songs here are interesting, but this has some very unique features to it. It's like, it really reminds me of, in one way it sounds like a lullaby, but in another way I could almost imagine it being like a film score where we're following this young man, this young hero who's finally going out on his journey. You know, the mood of this whole song varies a lot. It sounds epic, it sounds lofty, but at the same time it's kind of sad. It has this kind of sad undertone to it. In terms of the instrumentals, he also mixes in some violins, cellos, some flutes, I think, as well, which makes it sound very orchestral. Song number 6 is called Surface, and it has a very nice drive to it. It has a very nice chill and mellow melody. The vocals on this track shifts between whispering and some clear and louder vocals, adding another dimension of dynamics to the whole song. In short, I would say that it is an inspiriting and magical play of many different sounds. It's awesome, alright? It's awesome. The 7th song is called Bambro Koyo. Sorry. God. Bambro Koyo Ganda. It starts out with this very indigenous tribal chanting. It is a very simplistic song that is more oriented around the bass and the beats. The overall catchiness of the song is kind of strengthened by Bonobo adding another extra kick hit here and there in the otherwise very simple beat pattern. So I kind of like that. Bonobo seems like an artist who who is willing to experiment with what he's doing. It is very chill. All of the tracks are very chill, very down tempo, and I love it because it's you know, it's simple, but at the same time he manages to put in stuff here and there that are very novel, very new, very interesting. Haven't heard stuff like that before. Kerala is the name of the 8th track, and again, this is another song that kind of reminds me a little bit of something Radiohead could have made. I don't know, I didn't really find this song very memorable. I don't know really why, it just didn't cater to my ears. And still, this is one of the songs on the album that is the most listened to out of all the tracks. Yeah, I guess I don't like the popular songs for some reason. The 9th track, which is called Ontario, sounds a lot like a typical hip-hop rapping beat instead of a stand-alone instrumental track. I mean, I would really love it if someone would just spit some bars on top of that song, because that would sound amazing with the right rapper, of course. It's a pretty inspirational and lofty track nonetheless. I really like it. I like the horns and the alteration of the beats as the song kind of progresses and builds up. I also like how it kind of softly and gently lands on this synth at the end of the song, and also the exotic sitar riff that he also blends in it. I don't know if it's a sitar, but it's a weird kind of a string instrument that sounds exotic. Track number 10 is called No Reason. Nice little dance track, isn't it? Really don't have that much more to say about this song. Yeah. Track number 11 is called the 7-7. Hard-hitting bass, bongo drums, clingery glasses. It's wow. What does that sound? Man, I make the weirdest sounds when I make these videos. It's like my mouth want to make music, but my mind can't control my mouth, so it's like... It has this freaking hard-hitting bass, climpery glasses in the background, bongo drums, random sampling. It's just a weird mix of just everything, and it sounds fantastic. It moves from being a very stripped down beat-based song to becoming a much more melodically and instrumentally richer one, and I would almost say that the song is kind of welcoming you in. Yeah, I know it sounds weird, but that's the vibe that I'm getting. He adds some meat to the skinny beat by adding some piano, some horns, some fuzzy snare drums, and also some melodic plucks here and there. And I just found out that I didn't write anything about the 12th track. I can't really remember the 12th track. I haven't listened to this record that many times. Sorry, guys. In general, I think this is a magical shapeshifter of a record. It's an amazing journey that you put yourself on when you listen to this record. When I put this record on for the first time and listened to it from start to finish, I really didn't get that much of an impression, really. And I think that was more because I listened to it in more of an intuitive way, you know. I was listening to it while doing something else. But then I put it on maybe like the second or the third time, today actually. I put it on and man, I decided to listen to it and fully focus on the music. And when you fully focus on this music, when you kind of just dive into the music and try to think about the music, it sounds maybe a little bit weird, but I kind of paid full attention to the record. And when I did that, the record just became so much better. So what you have to do when you listen to this record, if you don't like it during the first listen, try to deliberately sit down and listen to it if you have the time and you want to do it, of course. But yeah, that is just how I experienced this record. That is how I started to like it. And that's the thing, when I sat down and I deliberately wanted to listen to it without doing anything else, that was when I started to really find out that, you know, it's an amazing record. There's some truly well-crafted soundscapes on this record that you should absolutely just take the time to listen to. At least that is what I think. All right. And yeah, I think I'll give it an 8 out of 10, really. It was that good. I think even this album and Bonobo as an artist in general might get me more into the down-tempo genre of music. I'll try to check out more artists that create this type of electronic music, because, I don't know, this artist really impacted me in a big way, I feel. A little fun fact here, I was actually searching up the Wikipedia page on Bonobo, and this first Wikipedia page that came up was, there was this image of a monkey, and I was like, what is this? Is that like the album artwork or something of one of his albums? And I was like, shit, what is this? And I started to read it, and I was like, oh, okay, Bonobo is a monkey. Okay. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed watching this review, this video. If you liked it, please subscribe by clicking the red button below. Also, if you have heard about Bonobo, if you've listened to Bonobo's music, if you listened to his newest album, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd really love to hear what you guys think about this amazing piece of art. Alright, I'll see you later, guys. Stay tuned. Bye. Some horns, fuzzy snares. Interesting. It's so interesting. When it's kind of taking, kinda. I'm always saying kinda. Bonobo or Bonobo? What? I'm sending you some magic pixies. They're coming and erupting out of my hands.